So today we're going to be diving into the world of fiber arts, and we are going to be making a God's Eye. Fiber arts are arts and crafts that you make using fabric or yarn or thread or embroidery floss, anything like that. So this is a really fun art project because it's super relaxing. So all you're going to need will be 2 sticks, which you'll find back in the area where I have all of the materials for this project, and some yarn. So I'm going to start, what you need is about 2 arm lengths of yarn to start with. I'm going to start with this orange color. And you're going to take your sticks and make a cross with them. Now, okay, so I'm at home and I don't have my sticks here, so I had to be thinking outside the box. So I took a page out of a magazine and rolled it up into a stick like this. So I've got these 2 sticks. Yours at school will probably be smaller unless you decide you want to make a gigantic God's Eye, which is totally fine. So anyways, you're going to put your yarn over the top of the cross, and this is the easiest way to hold it with your thumb on top. This is what I've found anyways, okay? And pull a good amount over to the other side. Okay, so you have kind of a good amount over the top of your cross. And what you're going to do is just wrap. You're going to wrap the yarn around, because what you want to do is make this stable. I'm wrapping it pretty tight. Wrap it around a few times. Okay, now it's still a little bit loose, but that's okay. I wrapped it in this direction. Now what I'm going to do is change my hands a little bit, and I'm going to wrap it in the other direction. Okay, so just wrap it in this other direction. This is the hardest part of this project. Once you get this finished, this project is super easy. It's really repetitive, so it's very relaxing to do. Okay, so let's see if I think that's pretty sturdy. Now, this is a good time to check and make sure that your sticks are not all kind of wonky. You want to make them look like a cross or an X, okay? And you want to make sure that your yarn is in the middle so that one part of your stick isn't way longer than the other part. So just kind of eye that up, make sure you've got that going. You can, if you have extra, I've got like some extra here, so I'm just going to wrap it around a couple more times just to make sure it's really nice and sturdy. And when I'm wrapping, I'm kind of trying to overlap a little bit, and I think that's pretty good. So now I have this other end that I'm ready to start weaving with. This end you could just leave for now. It'll be fine. It'll just get kind of like, it'll just get woven in. Actually, you know what you could do is turn it over. I don't know why I didn't think about this. Turn it over and tie it in a knot. And then that way you don't even have to worry about holding it. I just forgot to tell you that, that's all. Okay, so now you have this little short end that you can cut it off if you want, so it doesn't confuse you. And now you're ready to start wrapping. Okay, so what you do is you take that long end and you're going to wrap around the stick, then go to the next one. Wrap around the stick, go to the next one, wrap around it, go to the next one. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the yarn and I'm going around the stick, over the top, around, and I'm just going to push it there so I don't see that. Stick, around, and around, and you just keep doing this, and pretty soon you will start to see the pattern emerging. Now when you wrap it around, you don't wrap it on top of the last one, you just wrap it beside it. Okay, so you're not overlapping on the stick. You're just going right beside your last stitch, I guess you could even call it. So you're going to go around and around and around and around. And while you're doing this, you can be thinking about what colors you want to do. I started with this really pretty orange, and I'll have to look and see. I think I have some other colors that would look really nice. I really want to make a rainbow one. I will have to see if I have the right colors that I could use for the rainbow one at school. You could do one that's monochromatic, so that means it would be different tints and shades of the same color. Like let's say you do light blue, dark blue, really dark blue, really dark light blue, so you could do something like that. Okay, so now you get to the point where you need to add your next piece of yarn. So decide on your color. Oh, I like this yellow. Changed my mind completely. Going to use this yellow. So take out a couple of arm lengths of yarn. And what you're going to do is make sure you leave yourself enough that you can tie. Don't have like a teeny little bitty end like that, because you won't be able to tie it. If you do forget and do that, just unwrap it a little. Okay, so take your two pieces together side by side. Make a loop. Okay, so let me start again, because I want the two pieces to be right beside each other, so it's real easy for you to see what I'm doing. Make a loop. Okay, so I have a little loop there. This piece is on the top of the loop, then it's going to go under, and then just pull it. Okay, and then you're ready to keep going. If you forget where you were, just back it up, and then you can see, oh right, I'm over there. I'm ready to go to the next one, wrap it. Ready to go to the next one, wrap it. I'm ready to go to the next one, wrap it. So this is what you'll do. You'll keep doing this, and this little knot is going to be, it'll be hidden under there. And when we're all finished, you can cut the little tails off. Okay, so now we're on for our next color. So you wrap, go to the next one, wrap it, go to the next one, and wrap it. Okay, so before I had to change my color of yarn, I was talking to you about different color schemes you can do. All of the yarn is back there in the same place, so you could just be thinking about what you want to do. But the other thing you could do is, I think I have some variegated yarn at school. So variegated is when the yarn changes color itself. So you might want to do something like that. That looks really cool too. Now, as you're working on this, make sure that you push your stitches down so that you don't have, any of your sticks showing. So when you wrap, push your stitches down. Wrap, push your stitches down, okay? All right, so what's going to happen is eventually you'll be done with this. I'm actually going to pause the video. You don't need to watch me do this for 100 hours. And when I come back, my God's Eye is going to be finished, or close to being finished, so I can show you how to finish your God's Eye, okay? So I'm going to push pause, and I will be right back.